All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing tonight? It's Wednesday, March 25th, 2020, and I want to welcome you to another metallic episode of Music of Destruction right here on YouTube, bringing you the best in metal-related content. I hope you're all staying safe, staying healthy during this COVID-19 panic bullshit. I know it's an inconvenience for a lot of people. It sucks. I mean, our city doesn't have any cases. So tonight I am doing another black metal review for you guys. Tonight's review is on Uvall-Obsidian Torment. Released in January of 2005 on Antinomian Records and limited to 1,000 copies. I've got number 166. You can see that up there. Now, Uvall consists of just one sole member who is Lord of Storms, and he does everything in the band, vocals, bass, drums, guitar, and hails from Minneapolis, Minnesota. What's strange to me is how obscure this guy is when you consider how prolific the USBM scene was back in the late 90s and still is to this present day. I mean, I wish he would have put out more stuff. Now, his other full length is called October Turns Ruined, and then he did a split album and had a demo, and obviously Uvall-Obsidian Torment was the one before October Turns Ruined, which was released in 2006. And hey, if you guys missed anything this week, just click the I in the upper left corner of the screen and you can get caught up on all my latest videos, including my top 15 death and my top 15 black metal albums. Hope you guys enjoy those videos. Now, one thing that I discovered right away is that there's really no information on when he formed this project or how long he was active for. Now, he has only released 4 albums in total. Unfortunately, like I said, 1 demo, a split, and 2 full lengths. And what's really intriguing is why he is so obscure. But I guess that's just part of the charm of this record because it has a very underground, obscure feel to it. And there are a lot of ideas, concepts, and directions that this album takes. And while the themes of the album focus on depression, death, despair, and torment, it's not really a DSBM sounding album because there are so many different elements being brought forth here on the record, and it certainly isn't one-dimensional. Though with tracks like They Search for Truth Where Only Lies Are Told, we do get those somber, depressing, melancholic riffs and tones that are trademarks of the genre. It's definitely a mixed bag of different styles of hard rock and metal, but with a black metal aesthetic, vocal style, and ideology obviously firmly in place here, which to me is very refreshing when you consider that this genre can get a little bit stagnant, it can get a little bit overdone in terms of staying primitive, though that is one of the genre's charms in my opinion. The album has a lot of faster-paced, ice-cold riffing and drumming in the vein of early Darkthrone and slower parts in the vein of Burzum, Black Sabbath, with that Motorhead hard rock approach that really makes the record stand out as a whole, and I would definitely cite these bands as his influences, if not the majority of them. Now, the album has its own unique style, and I even get a lot of Motorhead being used on this record, influence-wise. And it's quite impressive that on something as primitive as this album is, that he chose to incorporate a lot of different styles that he must have been listening to at this time and still likely does to the present day, even though Uvall has not put out any albums in 15 years. Tracks like Obsidian Torment take us into the fast, harsh elements of an ice-cold landscape with blizzard-sounding distorted guitars and a steady 4-on-the-floor drum beat with that bass thundering underneath it give it a very metal hard rock sound, all while the chilling ice-cold vocals spew forth like a tortured individual on the brink of madness and suicide. And this combination works really fucking great on this record. One thing I will also note here is the production, which is definitely raw and ice cold, but it's also clear enough that you can hear all the instruments perfectly and nothing is overshadowing anything else, which certainly fits this style of black metal very well. The album also has a lot of doom metal laden sections and repetition as well, which is amazing to me, that really dig themselves into your skin and make you feel the raw passion, conviction, pain, and hatred that this record is hell-bent on delivering to the listener in spades. Tracks like My Name is Legion for We Are Many really remind me of Dark Throne meets Black Sabbath in a lot of ways, if you can picture that. And it works so well to give this album a very deep sense of variety, composition, and dynamics to keep it from ever getting predictable and boring. It's just fucking great. I think one thing that is really overlooked in black metal is just how dynamic this genre can really be. And this album is definitely a shining example of that creativity and experimentation that is kind of lacking in black metal in a lot of ways in this day and age. But the style never strays too far from its overall goal, which is to deliver cold, hateful black metal that makes you feel its emotional content throughout the entire album. And the amount of passion that's being conveyed here is on par with greats like Judas Iscariot, Xastor, and Leviathan. And it's a shame that this guy isn't more talked about or praised, because he certainly deserves it. Uvall is some killer stuff. And on tracks like The Philosophy of Evil, we are treated to a straight-up black and roll track, complete with some killer bass chops, driving rock and roll cold riffing, and some killer goddamn vocals. And this one really reminds me of Motorhead, and it's so damned refreshing that this guy knows how to incorporate his influences without ripping anyone off in the process, which makes it even that much more impressive when you consider how many bands in one-man black metal kind of copy each other, though there are some greats out there in my collection that I buy music from. But there's also a lot of repetition in bands that are kind of recycling the hell out of each other. And it can get downright annoying when you think about just how many black metal artists there are. Why are so many fucking guys ripping each other off and copying each other's style or ideas and concepts? I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me. But hey, some people are going to do what they do. Graveyard Reek is my favorite on the album, and there's a lot of different ideas and concepts that are being worked into a chaotic, demented black metal track, and there are more of those Black Sabbath moments, like I talked about on this one, that give it a doom black metal feel throughout a lot of the record, in my opinion. So guys, let's check out Graveyard Reek right here on Music of Destruction. Enjoy. And we are back, guys. So did you enjoy that track? Because I fucking love the entire record myself. And I sure hope so, because this is a band that I feel should not be overlooked by any fan of black metal or extreme metal in general. And I'm really proud and happy that I got to share this one with you guys tonight, because it's a fucking gem. So now we're going to come to the final verdict for Uvall-Obsidian Torment, and I am going to score this album a 9 out of 10. Make sure you pick it up. As I said, I got copy number 166 out of 1,000. You might still be able to find it. I'll post a link where you can pick it up. You're not going to be able to order it right now due to the coronavirus, so just be patient. Guys, you know, that's just how it is right now. And hey, if you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss anything. You can join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Music of Destruction. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Music of Destruction. Pretty fucking easy to find me there. If you'd like to offer your support on Patreon and get access to exclusive content and perks like the Seed podcasts, consider heading on over to patreon.com, Music of Destruction, and select the $5 tier. For $1 per month, I will also review an album that you guys can request in the Facebook group. Also coming up this weekend, the Seed episode number 19, the History of Motorhead series is going to begin, and I'm really looking forward to that one for you guys, bringing that to you. So thank you for your support on Patreon. Time for some shout-outs and thank yous here on the channel. We got Shadows of Death Records, my good friend Gail. Go to shadowsofdeathrecords.com/list-2-music and check out his label. Great bands on there right now. Also a shout-out to Terry Marquez, the manager of the Pissing Razors and Texas Voodoo Stomp. Those guys are welcome back any fucking time on the channel. Metal Ben's Chronicles, Acid Metal, King of Swords, Heavy Metal Networks, Backwoods Metal, and Farley's Nerd Cave. All great metal YouTubers. Make sure you check those guys out. As always, thank you so much for watching tonight. Have a great night. Stay safe and stay metal. We will see you tomorrow for the next review. Take care.